The Disney executive made a harsh announcement to us all. All of you in this room will be losing your jobs in the next 90 days. Your jobs have been given over to a foreign workforce.
This is Leo Perrero, a former Disney IT worker. And right here, you can see the exact moment his world kind of, collapses. He's sitting there reading his severance notice, and it's just heartbreaking. Now, why is this so gut-wrenching? It's not just because he lost his job, though, let's be real, that's bad enough. It's how he lost it. See, Leo and about 250 other Disney employees weren't let go because they were bad at their jobs. No. These were skilled, experienced workers praised for their performance. Some of them even got commendations for saving the company money. So, why'd they get canned? Because Disney found a cheaper option. Yep, they brought in H-1B visa workers from overseas to replace Leo and his co-workers. And get this, part of the deal was that Leo and the others had to train their replacements. Let me say that again. They were forced to train the very people taking their jobs. So, what's the deal with these H-1B visas? And how did Disney and so many other companies use them to pull off stuff like this? Let's break it down. Back in October 2014, Disney announced this big restructuring of its global technology department. Now, when you hear restructuring, you think, oh, they're making things more efficient, maybe adding some cool new innovations, right? Wrong. What it really meant was layoffs, a lot of them. Disney let go of about 250 IT workers, and here's the kicker. They didn't replace them with better talent. Nope. They brought in H-1B visa workers through two outsourcing companies, HCL and Cognizant. And here's why that's important. By hiring these workers through third-party companies, Disney sidestepped a bunch of legal restrictions. See, under the law, if a company directly hires H-1B workers, that they have to promise they're not displacing American workers or negatively affecting their wages. But because HCL and Cognizant technically employed the visa workers, they made those promises, not Disney. And since those H-1B workers were either earning more than $60,000 or had advanced degrees, they were exempt from certain protections that would have otherwise safeguarded the original Disney employees. So what does all this legal maneuvering mean in plain English? Disney found a way to legally replace American workers with cheaper foreign labor, all while keeping their hands clean. And here's where it gets even more messed up. Those 250 workers weren't just let go. They were given 90 days to train their replacements. In a letter from Disney to its laid-off workers, Disney outlined the conditions for receipt of a stay bonus, which would entitle each worker to a lump sum payment of 10% of his or her annual salary. Of course, there was a catch. Only those workers who trained their replacements over a 90-day period would receive the bonus. Leo Perrero, one of those laid-off workers, called it the most humiliating and demoralizing experience of his life. And honestly, can you blame him? The guy was literally forced to train the person taking his job. Now, Disney isn't new to this kind of controversy. Over the years, they've been accused repeatedly of abusing the H-1B system, and this 2014 case became a flashpoint not just because of what they did, but because it exposed the legal loopholes that let companies get away with it. Two of the workers even sued Disney, HCL, and Cognizant, claiming the companies colluded to replace them with H-1B workers and didn't follow the legal requirements to avoid harming American employees. But guess what? The lawsuits didn't go anywhere. The courts dismissed them, saying Disney technically didn't violate the law. Everything Disney did was legal. Immoral? Sure. Exploitative? Absolutely. But legal? Yeah, unfortunately it was. So how is it even possible for something this shady to be legal? To get there, we need to understand how the H-1B visa program is supposed to work and why companies like Disney love it so much. The H-1B visa program was created to let U.S. companies fill jobs with highly specialized skills when they couldn't find qualified people here. To make sure this doesn't hurt American workers, there are safeguards. Companies have to file something called a labor condition application, or LCA, promising to pay H-1B workers at least the same as others in similar roles, and to ensure hiring them doesn't harm American employees. Companies like Disney have figured out ways to dodge these rules. Instead of hiring H-1B workers directly, they use third-party staffing firms, which make the promises instead. And recently, the whole H-1B visa debate has been popping off again, thanks to, you guessed it, Elon Musk. Real-life stories like this have been popping up in my feed lately. I originally came to America on an H-1B visa to work in tech. You know the real reason tech companies love foreign hires? They practically own them and can underpay them accordingly. It has nothing to do with culture and everything to do with cost. And now, the whole debate seems to have turned into this India versus West narrative, with all eyes on how companies are exploiting the H-1B system. Musk, who, by the way, originally came to America on an H-1B visa himself, jumped into the conversation on social media defending the program. He basically said, hey, without H-1B visas, companies like mine wouldn't have become what they are today. He even went so far as to say he'd fight to his last drop of blood to keep America as a meritocracy. Yeah, that's a direct quote. But here's the thing. Musk isn't wrong about one part. The H-1B program has helped bring in some incredibly talented people. No one's arguing that. What people are arguing is how the program's being used, or more accurately, how it's being abused. He argues that the H-1B program is crucial for America to stay competitive globally. According to him, if we don't bring in skilled workers from around the world, American companies will fall behind. When Disney replaced 250 American IT workers with H-1B visa holders, they didn't just save money on wages, but also sidestepped a bunch of employment protections meant to safeguard American workers. The workers they brought in weren't just earning less than the American workers. They didn't have to deal with the same job security or benefits. This whole thing is about cutting costs, straight up, and that's why so many companies love the program. The H-1B system is supposed to help companies fill specialized positions, but in practice, it's being twisted into a tool for financial gain at the expense of American workers. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Do you think the H-1B program is doing more harm than good? And what about Elon Musk's defense of it? Drop a comment below and let's talk about it. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos like this. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.